Hey everybody, this has already been one entire month of full-time game dev and I want to talk with you about what went as planned and what didn't. The first thing I have to say is that I spent way less time on my game than I actually thought. I thought I could spend like maybe half of my time on the game. That estimation was completely off. So as you can see here, every day of my week has its own motto. And I thought I could spend 2 times per week on pure game development. Actually, that's not that far from the reality. Most of the time I could spend 2 days per week on actual game development, but oh my god. Content production for YouTube takes so much time. It's absolutely insane. It's completely crazy. If you want to make daily uploads, that's almost a full-time job in itself. Try making a game on top of that. It's really hard. Actually, it's not that hard, but you need to put a lot of work in. So what I'm doing right now is 3 days per week are content production days for video production and social media stuff, and I try to do 2 days of game development per week. This week I only managed to squeeze 1 day of game development in because I slowed down with the video production. I did a lot of high effort videos in the last couple of days. So all of the art style videos took a lot of editing. Other than that, it's going quite well. In terms of the goals I had, my initial goal was 50 subscribers and finishing the game art style. We managed to reach the subscriber goal with a bit of cheating because we brought some subscribers over from the old channel. And I wanted to finish the art style. I kind of did that. It's not really completely finished, but it's in a very solid state. I feel that we can continue with that. And we can continue developing that a little further, but it's not quite done yet for the reasons I've said. I thought I would have more time for game development. I wanted Friday to be my experimentation day where I can do something completely different that has nothing to do with YouTube or with game development, where I can just try cool stuff like training neural networks or writing cool software, things that I'm also interested in. This plan was completely insane. It pretty much takes at least 3 entire days to produce 7 videos. Weekends need to be empty. I'll answer social media comments on weekends. But other than that, I need some downtime, otherwise I'll burn out. There are so many people who burn out, especially indie game devs burn out really often, so I don't want that to happen to me. I need to be a bit careful with that. And oh my god, I actually thought it would take me only 1 day to edit 7 videos, to edit the videos for the entire week. I thought that would only take me 1 day. Editing is definitely the biggest time sink right now. Editing the videos, uploading them and stuff like that. But I think it totally pays off. Firstly, because all of the great feedback that you guys give me. Secondly, growing an audience that is interested in indie game development and in indie games is definitely something that will help me in the long run. Pretty much no matter what I do, having an audience is always good. So one nice thing to know, even if my game fails, I'll still have YouTube. But they also go along very well together and I'm pretty happy it's working out so well. In terms of my personal enjoyment, I'm absolutely loving it because I feel like it's a challenge that I'm up to. It's a pretty difficult challenge, something that challenges me, a challenge that challenges me in a really cool way. I need to do a lot of different things and I like doing a lot of different things and I can do a lot of different things. I'm capable of that and I can use all of my knowledge in the games, in the video production. It's another advantage of YouTube is it gives you a really cool feedback loop. It basically gamifies the entire system. I'm not just sitting in my room in the darkness coding weird stuff and doing everything by myself, but it's just that constant feedback loop. I'm constantly sharing what I'm doing. I can instantly see what you guys think, and that makes the entire process just so addicting and so fun. It's absolutely amazing. It's really cool. Yeah, it's not always fun, but just that feedback loop, it's so enjoyable. This is exactly what I want to do. There's no place where I would rather be than here. There's nothing I would rather do than this. I'm doing exactly what I want to do, what I'm supposed to do. That feels great. I cannot tell you if I will keep doing this for the rest of my life. I don't know. I'm basically doing an internship in my own company. And if I don't like it, obviously I'll quit after a couple of months. But so far I love it, absolutely love it. Really glad this happened. Another thing that I think is really cool is that I'm slowly starting to figure out social media. I think I'll make an extra video about that, but my short conclusion is you need to be social on social media. Who would have thought? You actually need to be social on social media in order to get something done. So I got into Twitter and tried my luck with Reddit. I have never used those platforms ever before in a serious way. Haven't done that much with Facebook. I don't know if it's smart to spread across too many platforms. I'd rather focus on YouTube for now, and also I think Twitter is really useful. Most people use Twitter just to push out messages and shout out into the world. I think one thing Twitter is really cool for is actual communication. So if you don't just tell your message, but you actually start to listen what others tell you, and you start reacting to them, and you start giving them feedback, they in return will be way more interested in you. So that all comes back to what I've said. You actually need to be social on social media. So I'm getting super addicted to social media. I'm becoming a complete social media addict. But I think as an indie game developer, that's probably not a bad thing, because social media is literally your biggest and also your only cheap marketing tool, the only tool that you have. So it's really important to figure that out, and I'm trying my best to figure that out. As I've said, probably will make a video about that. Also in the beginning I had this timetable. Guess how often I used that? Exactly one time the first day. Then I just started doing whatever I want. I started taking breaks whenever I want. For now I enjoy that a lot more, because it feels like freedom. If I don't want to work anymore, I just stop and make a break. That's cool. So this can go away. Don't need that. So the same goes with those cool mottos that I wanted to establish for every day. I can scrap that as well, because there are only two kinds of days now: game development day and content production day. As I've said, I have roughly 3 content production days and 2 game development days per week. Here my to-do list isn't really getting updated as often as I would like to, but one thing I'm using really often is this right here. This is my calendar. You can't see what's up there. I basically reserved certain days for certain tasks, so that makes sure that I could get them done. For example, all the art style stuff I planned there, I put those to-dos in there. So I basically use this as a to-do list instead of this. But this is a to-do list that has some planning and some time involved in it, so I can, whenever I write down a task, so let's just assume these are tasks, I write my tasks on these little piece of paper, then I can think about when do I want to get this done. I want to get this done right here, and then I have this little smiley who moves along these fields every day. And then I can just see what I need to get done every day, and I can plan really well when I want to do what. So that's a really cool system here. I absolutely love that. It kind of replaces my first to-do list that I created here, so we'll have to see what we do with that. Yeah, maybe at some point we can do a bigger room tour, because there's a lot more on my walls. But I feel like for now that's enough. The YouTube channel is a bit all over the place. I have tried a lot of different things. That will probably keep going for a little bit and then slowly start calming down, because as I figure out what works and what doesn't, what you guys want to see, and what you don't want to see, I can adapt to that and will just make the best content that I can. For example, I figured out you are not all that interested in my YouTube stuff and in my designing thumbnails or YouTube banners or whatever. You are interested in game development, and I should probably make videos that are somewhat related to game development. That doesn't mean that I can't make other videos every now and then. I enjoy making other videos talking about other stuff. But I think from now on this will be mainly, or not mainly, this will be a game development channel, and I'll try to make 80%, 90% of the videos somewhat game design related. Might change in the future, maybe in the future this will turn to a music channel, but right now we're a game development channel, and that's the kind of content I want to focus on. We'll just do more of whatever works. Also tell me in the comments what you want to see more of, what do you want to see less of, which kind of videos did you enjoy so far, which didn't you. I mean, I have all the numbers, I have the retention graphs and the view counts, and all of that gives me a pretty damn good idea of what you guys want to see, but it's also nice to actually read your opinion, why you want to see certain things, why you don't want to see certain things. I'll keep throwing stuff against the wall for a while, and then we'll see what sticks. Hopefully we'll find a nice niche that we can place this channel in. So maybe what I'm thinking, maybe game development is still too broad of a topic. Maybe at some point we'll have to go into an even smaller niche, but for now I think it's fine. Especially one thing that I'm doing is I'm not creating all that much original content. I'm more or less just documenting what I'm doing. Firstly, because I think that provides some valuable content and is interesting. Secondly, because it saves some time. I don't have to come up with new ideas every single day. I can just do a bit of game development, film myself doing it, record my screen doing it, and then after that explain what I did. So that's, I guess, a nice way to never run out of ideas, just keep developing my game and keep talking about it. I'm also excited about the new Let's Play Your Game series, because I think that might free up some time to focus a bit more on actual game development. This new format helps me to produce videos a bit more quickly, but I guess I'll also have to work on my workflow. My workflow for creating videos and cutting them and uploading them to YouTube and designing the thumbnails and writing the descriptions and the headlines and giving them tags is not all that optimized yet, so I'd say when I start editing it's still gonna be 6 or 7, let's say 6 hours till I turn the footage into the final YouTube videos. At least 5 to 6 hours, sometimes 7, sometimes it takes the entire day. Really depends on the kind of video and on how focused I am. Sometimes I'm just not that focused and then it takes a lot longer. So far, can I recommend becoming a solo indie developer? I would say depends whether you want to or not. If you want to do it and if you feel equipped to do it, sure, go ahead, do it. Because I believe in you. And also I will play your game, hopefully, in my new series. That were my thoughts on the first month of solo indie game dev. Let's have a little discussion in the comments what you guys want to see and how all of this will continue. We'll see. Thank you very much for watching. Make the world your playground and see you in the next one.